Hey everybody, I was about to leave for the day. Parents in Touch Part 1 in the fall is done, and I was heading out and I thought, it's going to be several days before I see my A-Day groups again, and since you have an assignment that's due before then, I really need to record a video just to demonstrate once and for all what it is you're doing in the tuning assignment, the tuning recording assignment that you're sending me this week. So I'm going to do that right now. I've got my other computer set up. Even though you're doing it on one computer, I've got my other computer set up so I can play the tone for you so you can hear it happening in this demonstration. I happen to be using a viola today. Very nice viola here. And I'm going to tune the A string. Now the reason that we do the A string first, the reason we prioritize the A string, and the reason that's the only one I'm talking about so far, you could technically tune the other strings if you want, but the reason I'm talking about the A string is because the A string is on every single instrument. Cello, contrabass, viola, and violin. All of those instruments have an A string. Technically they also have D string as well. Once we get to G, some of the instruments don't have that. Actually, no, I take that back. G is another string that all the instruments have. C and E are the ones that not everybody has. Cello has a low C string. Viola has a low C string, but violin and contrabass do not. Contrabass and violin have E strings. It happens to be the highest string for the violin, but the cellos and violas don't have those. So there are several strings that are in common, but we typically choose the highest sounding string that is in common, because the higher it's sounding, the easier it is to hear across an entire orchestra when we're trying to tune to it. So if we give the pitch of an A, if we can all hear what the A is, that's what the concert master does at the start of the concert, is provides the A that we can all hear, and then we all tune to it. That might not be how we're doing it when we have a concert, but that's what happens in major symphony orchestras, is they provide a single A, everybody can hear it, and they tune their instrument to the A. And once they get the A tuned, here's the A on this viola, it's the highest string on viola and cello. Once the A is tuned, they can tune the other strings in relation to the A. But we always start with A as our main thing. So I've got the tone generator pulled up, and I'm going to bring it up on this screen. This is not live, I just representation of it to show you. I happen to choose the saw wave sound because I think that sounds best, but I'm making sure it's 440 in the center. I adjust the volume as necessary, then I go up to play. There it is. That's making that sound, make it a little bit louder. And now I'm going to test. I'm going to find my A. I'm doing this backwards. Normally I would be doing it like this, but I'm going to do it to you so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to find that smallest string. Let's see how it sounds. Not the same. This is what it is on the instrument, and what I want is the higher A. So I'm going to tune. I'm going to follow this up. Here's following all the way up. And I'm going to, that's the first peg right here on this viola. I'm going to tighten by turning it away from the bridge. I'm going to tighten away from the bridge, this direction. Just a little bit. It's pretty close. Here's where the instrument is, and that's the pitch that we want. So just a little bit more. Oops. So now see, it just slipped. I let go of it, and it slipped all the way out, so now it's super loose. So now I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to gently press inward as I turn the peg, just very gently pressing in with the peg, because I got to get that friction happening. That's why it slipped, is because I pulled the peg out of the box too much, and there was no friction and it slipped. In fact, I'm going to stop that for a moment. This could happen to you. I hope it doesn't, but it could. No, it's not the end of the world. As I'm turning this, I'm very slightly applying pressure toward the inside of the peg box because I want to make sure the peg sticks. Actually, we're now back where we were. Turn this down just a little bit so you have a better chance of hearing both. Could you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that on the video, but I actually heard it go. I heard it reach the tone as I turned it. That doesn't always happen, but when it happens, it's kind of cool. You have to make sure you get a really strong, don't get any fingers in the way, but don't get any fingers touching the string while you pluck it, because it'll deaden the sound. So if you get a really good pluck, then it'll last a long time, and you can hear it change as you turn the peg. Almost. That's it. There's the instrument, that's the instrument pitch, and the AI wants the same tune, or the same tone, I should say. So that string is in tune because they match. You almost always going up, going tighter. But remember, if you're nervous about turning that peg and you think it's going to break the string or something's going to go wrong, you can break the friction by going down. And then once you get the peg moving, then you can tighten it. You can start by loosening and then tighten. But usually, 95% of the time, the adjustment you're making is to tighten it, which means to turn the top of the peg away from the bridge. Whether it's on this side or on this side, we're pulling it away from the bridge to make the string tighter and bring the pitch up. And of course, you always want to say your name. So here's the rundown. The 4 things I want you to do. State your name into the camera so I remember who you are. The second thing is to get the tone generator going on A440. The third thing is to find your A on your instrument, your A string, and pluck it so I can hear it and compare it to what the tone generator is doing. And the fourth thing is to try to adjust it, try to fix it, see if you can see how close you can get it to matching that A. And it may take a while because you're just learning what it sounds like to be high and low, but that's the assignment. Do this Friday. Thanks.